I will be looking at applying pitch bend concepts to a frequency shifter. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over to SynthEdit. And open up my previous project. Enter the new view. And the concept here is using a frequency shifter to pitch bend. Not exactly pitch bend, but pitch shift. I'm not going to get into the differences, but I will explain the barrier here. A frequency shifter works upon shifting by hertz or frequency, whereas a pitch shifter works upon the basis of shifting by note or octave or sense. Now, the difference between that is a note where it corresponds to a specific frequency, and a pitch shifter can easily switch between frequencies, whereas a frequency shifter, as it's based on frequency, makes it a bit more difficult as pitch increases or decreases. It changes frequency amounts. Generally, for the same octave, it doubles. So A1 to A2, 55. A2 to A3 would be, I believe, 110. And so on. The problem here is that there has to be a complex algorithm in order to frequency shift properly between notes. And in order to do that, the base amount has to be calculated against a added or subtracted amount, as the base amount adds to the added or subtracted amount and then is subtracted from the base amount and added or subtracted to the base amount. And that's the algorithm I'm working on here. So as I explained it, the base amount, this would be the increased amount here. The base amount needs to control this base amount. So I need to link these two, but still have the increased or decreased amount. This is where I get a little bit stumped. So I'm going to go ahead and delete part of this float splitter. Bring in the float splitter from over here. So now this one controller is controlling this readout, the base amount, and the base amount here. Additionally, I need to add to this amount from the tune or the shift up or down. I'm not sure where my readout went here. Now this amount needs to change the base amount. By somehow intersecting here. So it needs to shift this value up and down, and it can't use the float splitter because the float splitter will infect all the downstream modules, meaning that if I shift this up and I have this connected here with the here, it will also shift the base amount, which I do not want. So I need to figure out a way to add to here without affecting the base amount. And I didn't want to have to use it, but there is an older float scaler, which works in the opposite direction. Now what I could do is add that here, opposed to here. And add from there, I believe. Value out now becomes from the splitter. So add, multiply, and value in. And hopefully no crash. Now anything that happens here, change there. I'm going to set this to, what is it at now? 3? Why is it shifting down? So set this to 0. What is it multiplying? Multiply by 1. It's still not coming in properly. Maybe it's connect. Yeah, it's connected to animation position. That's why. So in fact, maybe I do not need to. Yeah, I do. Still need a float splitter. So there's a lot of iffy modules to be using. Value out. And that value. Now we have 3 here and 3 here. No, it's still. Did I do animation position again? I need value. No crash. It's a good sign. And we are still looking at 0.3. It's like this is multiplying it improperly. We'll add 10 here. I should get a 3 now. Oh. Try G and A3, A1. Still 0.3. It's not responding. The float scaler has been depreciated, at least the old one has. Yeah, nothing's coming out of there. So float value or float splitter to the input, and then here's the add. Multiply by 10. It's just not driving it from value to value. See what's coming out of this end. This needs to be a GUI and delete retain wires. That shit's no, didn't switch it at all. Alright, so what's coming out of here? 5.6. Here is 5.6. It's coming out of that end, but it's not making it into here, which is what I need. So this must be somehow broken. Turn that off. 10. Oh, it's still not sending. Yeah, I don't think this is reading back here. go that way. From here. Well, because I need that base amount. I can't just add this number to whatever. This has to, they have to be linked and added. Which this would have worked perfect for, but it's not working. It's not working as I expected it to work. Imagine the value out is. And that looks like it is. No, it's not. That. And these. And I'm probably just overthinking it. Let's try float scalar here. Because these are all volts. Well, that's not volts. These are notes. These are notes. The only other possibility is the animation position. Connect here. And still doesn't give me an appropriate value. Go add to. And value in. Multiply that by 10. And these still aren't connected though. Still don't have a base value here. Have to use the float splitter. And perhaps go by value. 0 to 10. We have here 3888. It's the same there. There's the base value. The output here. Here. I think that's still going to loop back. So I go by 1. It's not even affecting it. It's stuck. Because the float splitter is holding it in position. Okay, so animation position 0 to 1. Only about 15 minutes in and I'm already stumped. Value out. I think that's what I'm missing here. Not this one, but this one. It's giving an approximate value. Fortunately, it's not exact because it has to go negative. And say that's 1 up. Let's go 1 up. Not doing anything. That's 0. Yeah. Perhaps we shall go conversion and float function. And before adding here, I'm going to adjust this by 5. So formula A is subtract 0.5. And formula for B is A plus 0.5. So the output is now 483, 388, 4, 388, 39, A1. Which is 1. The complete 1. Yeah, that makes sense. And here is just 1. The output is 2. Why is it 2? It's not even going anywhere. Because this is shifting it up a whole half. But it's supposed to because there's a whole half missing here. So there's quite a bit going on here. And I think this will have to be done in the DSP range. Well, I'm going to have to think on that, so I'm going to end the stream here, another short stream. Of course, this is just a lab. So thanks for watching.